Hello, church. We're going to be looking at Genesis chapter 17 and 18 today. We're going to look at one verse for both chapters, dealing with or showing us how Abram was humble in his interactions with God. And so hopefully this can be an encouragement to us as we deal with a holy and just God, that we can't demand things, we don't tell God what to do, but we can humbly make our requests known to him. And so in verse 3 of chapter 17, we read this. Abram fell on his face, and God talked with him, saying. So once again, Abram's been speaking with God, been guided by God for several years now in various ways, and yet here, even once he has this another opportunity to be in the presence of God, he falls on his face. And then going into chapter 18, we're going to see how, as Abram is making a plea, a prayer request for God's coming judgment on the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah, we're going to see how does he start even off his request. And so it's going to be in chapter 18, verse 27, we read this. And Abram replied, "Now behold, I have ventured to speak to the Lord, although I am but dust and ashes." Once again, we have an amazing blessing and privilege in prayer. We should be praying. We're told in the New Testament to pray without ceasing in 1 Thessalonians. But how can we do something unceasingly and yet with humility? And I think once again, this is where it even comes back with starting to pray that God will give us a proper humility as we make any requests for ourselves, or even in this instance, as Abram's not asking anything for himself, he's asking for God's mercy and grace on a sinful, rebellious people, and knows that he has no right to demand anything from God. But he knows that he can make his request that some of these people will be spared if they will repent. And so can we have that same request and that same desire of calling on God with humility to intercede and to act and to work in our lives, knowing once again, like from yesterday, it is all on God. We need to have patience and we need to have trust in what God's purpose and plans are. So once again, pray, make your requests, but do all things with humility, because God is God and we are his created beings. All right, church, have a great day.